and then you give her the test. What, the Mario test? Mario's a fucking psycho.
It's 1986, I'm in the first grade. I'm working really hard to get Mario laid. I gotta save the princess so we can get the pussy. Believe me, Mario will get that ass, so fuck Luigi. Mario really wants to get her in bed, so bad that he's busting up bricks with his head. He just wants sex, so forget the wedding bells. Jumping on little mushroom men and turtle shells, dropping down green pipes and secret passageways, making his move to the end where the final castle lays. Eat a magic mushroom, grow a little higher. Eat a white flower and spit balls of fire. All these creatures that attack won't cut Mario slack. Oh shit, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna beat the game if it takes me all summer. It's gotta be hard to get laid if you're a plumber. That's why I'm gonna work extra hard for my man and get him to the end so we can stop using his tan. Mario doesn't wanna get hit, he'll shrink. The princess won't fuck a little kid, I think. So stay grown and attend to your own, and eventually the princess will attend to your bone.
Save the princess quick because she wants a dick. And if you let her free, you get the pussy. Save the princess quick because she wants a dick. And if you let her free, you get the pussy.
Bowser's trying to get head right now from the princess, but if it's up to me, that's it'll stop this instance. Cloud people throwing little spiked animals, green plants with teeth that attack like cannibals. I heard nobody's yet running the princess's oven, and Mario always says,
Virgin, I love him.
I hate the Koopa Troopers, so I'm gonna run up and jump on the back of their cells till I get one up. I'm gonna keep playing and I'm never gonna quit. Cause some kid in school told me you can see the princess tits. I wanna beat it before any of my friends do, so I can say I put pussy up on Mario's menu. At the end of each level, I jump and get the flag.
All right, happy Valentine's Day. All right. Now, I've heard a lot of flack about this game, but I think this game has a lot of charm. That's just me personally. And this is a King of Fighters shooter that it was only released digitally. And I don't know if you can get it on the Xbox One, but it's on the 360. I have a Japanese 360. I don't know if that matters, if that would, if there's like access to games that you couldn't get on a North American system. I have no idea, but
KOF Sky Stage.
Character select.
ooh. There was a game kind of like this that came out on the PSP. It was another shooter. SNK, Heroin, something or other, something like that. Ooh. Bitch. Ooh. Yeah, this is a pretty cool game. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't mastered the control. I haven't even played this game that much. I've you know, played through it a couple times, but as far as like figuring out all the controls and stuff, that's something I really still haven't sat down and done. You know, just I don't have the time. But it looks like you got like a charged attack. You have a screen clearing bomb, which I only used one of those. Like, you know, when I'm really into these games and I'm really thinking smart and I know them somewhat, you know, I'll start using those screen clearing bombs in areas that I would normally die just to try to get a little bit further, you know. And also, the only times I ever played this, I played with Terry. But this character reminded me of like a character from a Shikigami no Shiro game or something, so, or, you know, like an Alpha System shooter. And I think what made me think of that was that new that Sisters Royal game that came out, which I really like. Actually, I might stream that. I might stream that later on. That's a really cool shooter. Ah, you bitch. I wonder if I can change characters during a continue. See, here's a mechanic that I hit one of the triggers and this happened. Provoking, okay. See, there's mechanics on this that I don't even know. Ah, it just shipped, you mean? Did you just got it, or they just sent you like an email saying it just shipped? Because, bro, mine, when I got my email, it took me not 1 month, not 2 months, 3 months. I tell you what, my job didn't pay me last week. Paychecks didn't come in. The next day I went in, paychecks weren't in. It's been 3 days now. I'm going to go to work tomorrow, and I got to raise some hell tomorrow. I might have to go to the union, and if I file a grievance with the union, here's how this might turn into a good thing. Every time you file a grievance, you get $300, at least $300, right? So I'd be like, yeah, I got bills to pay. Y'all ain't give me my paycheck. So what I'm going to do is file this grievance. That way I know I'll get my check eventually. I mean, the company, like, they got to give it to me. You know what I mean? File a grievance, get my paycheck, and $300. And with that $300, I will buy a video game. So that's the silver lining that can come from all this. But it sucks, you know. I mean, I got money, but I just want my money that I work for, you know. These motherfuckers. God, I wish this came out physically. It really sucks that it didn't. Okay, so when you provoke them, you can do a lot more damage. So I guess that's the provoke mode in this is kind of like that mode you go into in Epscaluda where you can still use your charge meter, but if you go over, everything gets faster and harder, and you know, like that. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Valentine's Day. You know, it's nice having a day off for me. This is my day off, and you know, woman's upstairs getting her hair did. So I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna go to the flea market, definitely. I'm gonna get my copy of Ibarra resurfaced, and I'm gonna play it again. And if it still glitches on that last level, I'm gonna give it away to somebody on YouTube, man. Somebody that's got a Japanese 360. You know who I'm gonna give it to? I'm gonna give it to the only person I know that's got a Japanese, or not 360, a Japanese PS2, is a Canadian gamer. Unless somebody else has one. If a few people have Japanese PS2s, I'll put names in a hat or something. So they had to resend. See, I worry about like if they resend a game, you know, whatever company resends a game that you didn't get. I'm just chatting away, dying left and right. But okay, so if a company sends you a game, like, and they sell it, do they have to keep a certain amount of copies in reserve? Because I've heard this from limited run games. I watched a video, and they talked about this one time, that when they make a run of a game, they have to make more to account for, you know, shipping errors and things being broken and, you know, stuff like that. So however many copies or you know, or maybe like if they make 5,000 copies, do they only sell like 3,000 copies and save 2 just in case, or do they make 5,000 to sell and have like another couple thousand just on ice somewhere, just in case, you know, like shipping, logistics errors, you know, things breaking, you know, what do they call it? Breakage, you know, stuff like that. No, I'm alright, babe. I bought one at Highs. Ah. Can I change characters right now? Guess not. Oh well. He said, I've had about enough of you. I've had about enough of you. You're so dead. There we go. 100 extra-ish made. That would make sense. But then at some time, you know, sometime later on in life, you know, those things resurface at conventions and online and things like that. As a matter of fact, that Gunlord X game, the extra copies that the NG, it's on their website, go look. The extra copies that they have, like ones that were damaged and things like that, they're selling all those off for just for regular price, to like what, 40 bucks, right? Plus shipping. They're not listed yet, but they're going to list them like any day now, according to their website. So, you know, anybody that wants a copy of that still, that's what they're going to be doing. So I would definitely go there for that. So it's probably going to be no more than, I'd say, after shipping and everything, no more than 50 or 60 at best. But, you know, compared to what they go for, I paid more than that for mine. I paid like 80 for mine, so I should have waited, because I might actually get an extra one of that, just in case somebody that I know that might like really, really want it. I could be like, here you go, dude. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. But there's like a King of Fighters, like dilapidated. Dilapidated? Is that even a word? Dilapidated? You know, a busted up ass arena. Dilapidated. I think I just made that word up. Ooh. I wish I could switch to Terry. Ah. Come on. They won't ship to the USA. I think they will ship to the USA. Let's look that up real quick. I think they will. Cause I almost ordered something from PCE Works. You know, as soon as I get paid for my job, ordered something from PCE Works, and they are in the same part of the world as the NG Dev Team people. And HughCast, I think they're the same company. It's like HughCast and NG Dev Team is like, from what I heard from somebody online that has dealt with both companies, which, you know, I've bought orders from both, but it's two brothers that own them, so it's like the same company. I don't know. But yeah, HughCast. I haven't seen a lot of HughCast stuff out there. I mean, HughCast would be what, Ducks Dark Matter. There's a couple other ones, but all right, let's see. ngdevteam.com. They have a .com, so that's a good sign. All right, let's see. Gunlord X. Okay, it says at the moment not available. We will open orders again in February of 2021. This is February for leftover stock. Timing depends on the COVID-19 situation. Only leftovers will be available. B condition. Blah blah blah. If they box the order if you order more than one copy. Okay, they're not shipping to Great Britain, but they are shipping to they are shipping here. It's right here. Maybe that's blurry as hell, but they are shipping here. Now it says second print run 500 units. So one thing I noticed online, I did see more copies surface on eBay specifically. And I bought a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. I never even ate it. So I recently saw more copies surface on eBay. And that collector's edition, I've seen that, you know, for as low as $140. Buy it now. Which, you know, that's a good bit of money. But, you know, think about a collector's edition like that, you know, compared to, you know, the Aleste collection, you know, that had a really high MSRP on it. And, you know, comparatively speaking, it's cheaper than the MSRP on that. And it would come with its soundtrack. The Aleste collection did not come with a soundtrack, and man, that really burns me up that collection didn't come with a soundtrack. You know, especially since they made that new game and all, they made the soundtrack for it, and the soundtrack is amazing. So I was thinking that I would just go into the settings and play each track in a live stream, and you know, just I wouldn't monetize it or anything like that. and just, you know, have it up there. That way people can actually like listen to it in their car and stuff like that. Someone posted like certain tracks, but just let the whole soundtrack kind of play out. Yeah, that's an idea I was having. Snowman. We still got a lot of snow outside here. I thought about making a snowman. At work, I've seen kids make igloos and like all, you know, little snow houses. I saw a bunch of them. Especially them kids I come across like in the city, like in the projects. Some of those kids are real creative, man. It's like you see some of these kids and how smart they are, and it's like you think about like, God, what are they gonna be like when they grow up? Like, what amazing things are they? I mean, I've seen some smart ass kids, man. I remember one time I saw this like 4-year-old kid like taking a dirt bike apart, like the whole motor, like, and out. I'm like, how in the hell did he figure this out? You know, just learned it on the street. Ah. It's funny how some of these Japanese characters, you can't really tell if they're a man or a woman. They're kind of like, you know, they're real androgynous. They're like kind of right up the middle there. But at least the chicks, like a lot of times chicks like are pretty well defined, and at least you know, they're hot most of the time. At least I think anime chicks are hot. That's why my the woman I've been with for the last 10 years, she kind of looks like an anime character. It's like a weird thing about her. I was really attracted to that, so that's the first thing I thought. I think this is the last boss right here. See, this is one of those bosses you gotta watch. At least for me, what I do is I'll watch a long play, and I'll see, you know, where they position the ship at, and then I'll just try it for myself. But it really helps on those games where you can, you know, you can pick your level. That's a really helpful tool. You know, not all games are like that, but. So yeah, they'll back to the NG dev team ship. They will ship to the USA. And you know, that will be a game. Whenever they post that link, it's obviously going to sell pretty quick. But I would say, based on how the game is selling in the you know, the not the retail, but the being resold, I guess. You know, how the game is being resold right now. You know, people aren't going to, especially if a bunch more of them hit online, the price on that game is not going to go up. At least not probably for I'd say the next couple years at least. Because anyone that wants a copy of that is going to be cool with owning a copy digitally, because that's how I got it, at least on the Switch. You know, back in the day, if you wanted to play that, there was 2 ways to play it. I found a copy on the Dreamcast. It was right after it had come out for the Dreamcast. It Just Press Play in Pennsylvania. And then, you know, soon after that, I figured out that you could just kind of burn games with the, you know, have the metadata on the disc pretty much. You know, somebody leaked all that stuff from a Katana dev kit. So basically, you take the metadata that was on the dev kit, and you can trick the disk into thinking that it's legit and not a burnt copy. I think that's how the the copy protection works on the Dreamcast. And then those copies, so people started patching that into all the ROMs and just releasing those online. So pretty much anything you download is going to have that, that data attached to it. At least that's how it was a few years ago when I was downloading a lot of games. But there was always like the 1 or 2 games that you could never find a ROM for.
Game over.
Alright, what next? Another shooter. Which one? Let's see what I got on my hard drive. I got some pretty good games on this hard drive. All right, here's what I got. So Bangai-O. Look, I got some. What do they say? Dingers, right? I got some dingers here. Look, Bangai-O, Guardian Heroes, Guan. Y'all, where the hell? My controller disconnected. Right here. This is a cave shooter. Never got released physically. But yeah, it's a good one too. Oh. What, Radiant Silvergun? Raystorm HD. This never got ported anywhere, at least to my knowledge. Look, this is a Rocket Knight adventure game like made in 3D. And then this shooter right here, this never got ported anywhere. I think you can get it on the Xbox One, but I guess that means it would also be on the new Xbox, but it never got released physically. Now that Hydra Thunder, that's just a demo that I have on here, and let's see, Trials HD is a demo. That's a video. This is the full game. This is the full game. That's a demo. It's weird that I have, because this is like a Japanese console. All these demos were all, when I reset this thing, all these demos were still on the hard drive. So that was on the hard drive. Hydra Thunder. Guant. Check this out. You ever played this one? This is a cool one. This is kind of like Death Smiles and Ike Katana. Guanja. Yeah, so this game is like I was a little off when I said it was like Death Smiles, and it is as far as some of the aesthetics, but you can tell this is a cave game because it has it's got different. This game has different aspects of different games in it. Now it is kind of like that new Sisters Royal game in the fact that you're just kind of like on the ground and you're walking around. Now, I haven't played this one in a long time. I just downloaded it when I got my Xbox, and I remember I played it a couple of times and I thought it was really cool, but I never, you know, dove deep into it. So this game, you automatically fire. I'm not holding any buttons down right now. That's kind of nice not having to hold any buttons down. PS4. I do have some shooters I can recommend on the PS4, as a matter of fact. S-Parade. That's my favorite on the system. It's on the Switch and the PS4. It's like a $65 game. It's worth every penny. That new LS collection, the GG LS3, which I don't know if the GG on there stands for Game Gear or Galvic Gunner. I'd like to know, because I've gotten some discussions with some other YouTubers about that. So yeah, the GGLS3, you got the S-Parade, and then you got Katsu. So those are the best three right there, at least to me. And two of them are two of the best cave games I think that were ever made. Now this came out, this cave game right here, this came out around the same time, I think, around the same time that S-Parade came out. But PS4, so you want to hear some exclusive shooters. As far as exclusives go that are only on the PS4, I want to say Katsu, but that was ported to, that was on the PS3 and the 360 as well. So I can't really use that as an example. It never got ported to the Switch, which is kind of strange. I feel like that one would do well on the Switch. But we are having the... I gotta put some new batteries in my controller. Yeah, I gotta put some new batteries in here. They need to make an Aerofighter Sonic Wings anthology. I still, yeah, let me go swap these batteries out. They need to make a oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I need to get a copy of Sonic Wings 3 because it has that awesome, it's got that drum and bass soundtrack. It's so awesome. Let me get these batteries real quick. Hopefully these batteries work. Yeah, dude, Sonic Wings 3 has like the most slamming soundtrack. Alright. I hope this game's auto-firing. I hope my controller isn't messed up, because I'm using my really good Xbox 360 controller right now. Now, I did find a brand new one at the flea market a couple weeks ago. Check this out. Like I'm about to start collecting 360 controllers. I love them so much. So this one, it's in great condition. This thing is super fresh, but it's that gold, that C3PO gold controller. So this one, and this was the flea market, you know. And then here's what I got. The batteries corroded at the bottom of the package, so I cut around the batteries and pulled them out. But bam, this was like 20. I only paid like $20 for this thing. Brand new. It's official. It's not one of them fake ones. It's an official Microsoft, but it's an older one though. It's not one of these new ones like this because it says Microsoft around the. I'm really getting into 360 collecting, dude. But I like the stuff that I have is really cool, but the stuff that I collect is probably different than what other people collect. Like I'm really into the controllers. I'm really getting into the systems. My Japanese Halo 4 360. Look at this thing. Let me see if I can get this camera over here. Hopefully you guys can see. It's got a lot of like see-through plastic, and it's got all kinds. It's really cool. I can't really do it justice right now with this webcam that I'm using, but man, I love that 360. So it makes me want to start going after like maybe some of the limited edition Slims that came out here in the U.S. I do have. Well, it's really my son's, but it's a 360 Slim. He just never uses it because he's got an Xbox One. But I do want to get the Cyberpunk Xbox One X. I really want that console completed. I want the box too. So that's at the flea market out my. God, I still got to get my tooth pulled. It's so fucked up. But that's one thing at the flea market. They have their antennas up because so much crazy shit comes through that flea market that it blows me away sometimes. Imports, shooters, like they know if they see any Saturn shooters, especially imports, like they know their antenna is up for stuff like that. That Xbox One X, that Cyberpunk. I got to make sure that. I might reiterate that today. I got to make sure that their antenna is up on that thing because what they'll do is like I really want it, so I'll be like I'll pay this for it, like let's say $300 or I don't know what it goes for, a fair price though, but they always hook it up though because they can get things cheaper. But like if the dude pays $2 for it, he'd only charge me $3. Like he's pretty cool like that. Now, if he paid $2 and it was going for $250, he might only charge me, $230 or something like that. Like sometimes he'll do a deal for me for pretty much for free just because I deal with the guy so much. So that's really cool to have a resource like that near me, But his manager, the guy that managed his business for him, kind of. According to him, he did the guy dirty. He thinks that the guy was stealing from him, and I'll be honest with you, not a lot of people are fans of the guy. But I thought he was a really cool dude, and I got along with him really well. But apparently, I guess I was the only one that he liked because he did not like anyone else. But yeah, the guy like but the guy fired him, my buddy, or he quit. My buddy says he quit. The guy says he fired him. I don't know who I believe, but regardless, he's not there anymore. And the guy still kind of talks bad about him to this day. And he's like, the guy, I did so much for him. He did me wrong. That might be the case, but I can't say anything bad about the guy. He's a good dude. At least he was to me. Shit. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat here. One PS1 shop I tried out that was an import was Gaia Seed. Yeah, I you know what? I've been really thinking about getting that. I have it on a Canadian Gamer sent me a PS1 the mini PS1, that one that was like $40 or whatever. He said he didn't want it, so he sent it to me for free. And of course, I sent him some stuff, I tried to hook him up. But anyway, so I got that thing. And, my whole purpose in wanting that, because he asked me, he's like, do you want this? I was like, yes, I do. That's something that I would definitely purchase for a deal. So he sent it over, and he already had it modded. So all I got to do is drag the files over. And my whole point in getting that was to, Harmful Part, Gaia Seed, fucking, there's a fighter that I played a couple of times. I like it a lot, and I don't like those quick time events. But there's this there's this game called Slap Happy Rhythm Busters. It's like a fighting game, and I think it's an expensive game. I really like it, and I can play it on the Xbox One Mini. So I just wanted to get that thing and load up, and it's something I should probably maybe even break open this weekend to start fiddling with, because since I've had it, I messed with it for a weekend, and I just didn't have time for it, Panzer Bandit. Yeah, there's actually a copy of Panzer Bandit. It's like there's like a character on the front, and it says Panzer Bandit. They got a copy at the there's a retro store in White Marsh out my way. I think they have that game there, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a different game I'm thinking of, but they might have it. They got some imports there. They had a copy of Radiant Silvergun for a while. They wanted $250 for it though, because it was like almost brand new. That's too much. I can't do that. But I was gonna buy it off of them just to help support the store. But I can't do it. If they'd have did it for like $150 or $160, I'd have done it. And they usually do have good deals there. I guess because it was like brand new, they just couldn't. They might have had it on consignment, but. Anyway, right now they got a couple good Saturn imports, and they got it In the Hunt. It's like it's an import version, so it's cheaper. It's like $60 or $70. That's not that bad. I was doing so damn good. This game is a lot like the Sisters Royal because there's environmental things that you have to navigate through. Gawanja. Ah. Is she saying Buenos Noches? Ah. Buenos noches. Damn you. God damn you. Buenos noches? William Armstrong, what's going on, bud? How are you doing this Valentine's Day? A cat spider, that's cool. That reminds me of an enemy that you see on like Death Smiles 2, because like Death Smiles 2 is like a straight arcade game, and the port for the 360 is like a straight arcade port. I'll play that after let's get through this real quick. But I'll put Death Smiles 2 on, that way you guys can check that out. Because they're releasing a Death Smiles collection on the Switch. I don't know if it's Switch and PS4, but There's a Nintendo Life article I saw on it when I was taking a shit a few days ago. I talked about it in my last YouTube video. You know, I kind of want to make the whole point of my channel right now just to stay relevant and to interact with the community, talk about, you know, a lot of these limited release games that are coming out physically, because if we don't talk about them and hype these games up, more companies like that Physicality Games are going to cancel games like Rolling Gunner. I don't want to let that happen, man. If they have a good idea for a game that wants to come out physically, I want to reach out to these developers and reach out to these publishers and be like, look, I want this, you know. I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of times games that I want are games that a lot of people want, you know. Like, there's a game called Sky. I don't know if it's Sky Cruiser or Sky Cursor. It looks like a fantastic shooter, but the only platform that's available on right now is an arcade board made by a company called Griffin Aerotech. And they have this game, this Griffin Aerotech has this game that's exclusive to their arcade board, and it looks like it could run, you know, they could make an emulator for it in like a day and run it or whatever. I'm sure they could, maybe if they programmed it on Unity, you know, probably port it somewhere, I don't know, but look it up, Sky Cursor. Like, it looks so awesome. Like, I'm ready to buy it because they're selling their arcade machines. I'm ready to like buy an arcade machine, like as soon as I get a house, like I'm gonna get that fucking Griffin Aerotech arcade machine. It looks so awesome. Look it up, Sky Cursor, Sky Cruiser, Sky Cursor. Fuck. I want you all to check this game out. Sky Cruiser. No, it's Sky Cursor, I think. See. Sky Cursor. Here it is. Yep, Griffin Aerotech LLC. This. Sky Cursor. Look at this. Look that shit up. I'm telling y'all, this game looks so amazing. Sky Cursor. But look at this. So anyway, so I know what my job in life is. I know what my calling is now. I got to reach out to Griffin Aerotech and get them to release that game on something. That's my goal right now. Let me get caught up on this live stream real quick. Alright. Sky Cursor. There's a damn few games that I want ported now. One of them, that Game Collector sent me an article on was Neozix. Ryzon's coming to the Nintendo Switch. That's a game I'd been looking for a copy of for years. Every retro store in the area knows that I want it, and they know if they see it to call me immediately. It's never come through here. I mean, there's been copies online for, I've seen as low as like $1,200. I probably should have jumped on it at that price, because you ain't getting it for any cheaper than that. And I never got it, even when I had a Neo Geo. And I eventually sold my Neo Geo, because at least my Neo Geo AES, I still have a Neo Geo CD. But yeah, I sold that because I was like, I'm never going to get this game. I'm not even going to tease myself. So I sold it to somebody that really wanted one, and he was happy with it. And it was a Neo Geo that was bought locally here in Maryland, and it stayed here in Maryland for, I mean, it's not in Maryland now, but the guy that bought it, I had a lot of the history, you know, where the system came from its owner, you know, and I made sure that I saved everything and gave it to this guy, because I had like paperwork and all kind, not the box, but a lot of little stuff that the guy really appreciated. He was a collector. So He was really happy to buy that thing off me, and I was happy to sell it to him because I could tell how much he wanted the damn thing. He'd have got a lot more use out of it than me. But yeah, so my next thing was after I got this Neo Geo, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy a multi-cart. You know, somebody had just made that Neo Geo to SD cart. It was a few $100s, but okay, I'll get the cart and then put the ROM on a cart, right, on an SD card. That ROM, I've never seen the ROM online ever. No one dumped it. That's the only one that hasn't been dumped. I mean, there's a few more that haven't been dumped, but God, that really chaps my ass. So there's got to be other people out there that, because that game looks pretty amazing, just like Sky Cursor does. Fuck. Buenos noches. So we're trying to flee, or we're heading across the rooftops right now. I keep getting tripped up because there's like staircases that I'm running up and down. I'm not paying attention to the ground. So like there's a rail above, you know, and below you, so you can't go over that rail. Jesus Christ. It's feeling like a cave game now. I know why they didn't release this one physically, because it is kind of a simple game. You know, there's, like I said, it's auto fire. There's not a lot of mechanics to it, so that's probably why they never released it physically. You know, when I think about all the cave games that came out, and I think about like the whole M2 like shot trigger series, like M2 really got into porting a lot of those shooters on the 360. You know, a lot of that, I'm pretty sure this is an M2 game. I know they did most of the cave games, most of the arcade ports. Boom. Bushinden. I've never even heard of that. There's a game that's coming out on the Switch and PS4 that looks awesome. It looks like it's like a really cool arcade action RPG called Battle Axe. I've had my eye on that one. It's like a beat 'em up, like arcade style action RPG. Ah. Now that's weird. It's like a bunch of heads. Like that's bizarre. Jesus. Oh, you're working on a cave style shooter, huh? That's yeah, definitely let me know when whenever you get a demo up and running. I would love to check something like that out. There was a cave style game that I saw. It had like a really 8-bit look to it. I saw a video on Twitter. I retweeted it when I found it the other day. Maybe you know what this is. Here it is right here. It's called Z-A-E... Hold on, I'm sorry. Zakesta? Z-A-K-E-S-T-A. I know it's kind of hard to see, but... It's a 8-bit cave-style shooter. It looks amazing. Let me cut and paste this. I want to share this with y'all. Here we go. Yeah, here, just look, check that link out. Sweet. This game's kind of like creepy. Kind of like the same way that that movie about that kid, that Asian kid that was like stuck in the wall, not the ring. That Asian kid that was like, he lived in the walls of that house and he would jump out and scare you. That's what this reminds me of. What the hell movie was that? Wasn't The Ring, but it was a movie kind of like The Ring. It had like a one-word name. It was like The Guest or The Curse or something. Oh God, I forget the name of that damn movie. The Grudge. That's what it was. The Grudge. Ah. Huh. I don't know what can kill this guy. Simon Green, what's going on, dude? God, they have some really crazy subject matter here, don't they? Alright, let me go grab Death Smiles too. Here we go. Here's the case. It's nothing special, but little girl holding an umbrella. This game is way more arcadey than the first one. I think the batteries died. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, like I said, I saw it online the other day. I thought it was share it around, man. It looks like a game that should get hyped up. So this is when Cave moved away from the pixel art and started moving to the, you know, the 3D art. So I think that's what turned a lot of people off about this. This is also like Christmas themed. Jesus Lord. Oh shit, what time is it? Ooh, it's almost 10 o'clock. I have to get ready to go to the flea market, y'all. Okay, so Cave, you know, I think they are still around, but I don't think they're doing much of anything. You know, one of the last Cave things that I ever heard or saw of coming out was that collection. It was like a Cave shooting collection. It came out on the 360. Let's see. Let's look up their Wikipedia real quick. Alright, it was a company founded in 94. I know they made a racing game on the Saturn. It was horrible. It was called like High Velocity, I think. I bought it at the flea market for like $10, and I think I ended up selling it for $7. It was so awful. God, they got a lot of games under their belt, but... Okay, so Dodonpachi Sadai Ojo, that was the last game they did. Before that, it was Ike Katana. Then Dodonpachi Diafukatsu Black Label, which is, I think, Dodonpachi Resurrection. And then before that, it was Death Smiles 2, so this game. And then... So Ike Katana and Sadai Ojo were self-published by Cave themselves. A company called AMI published a lot of the shit on the 360. And I think the arcade. Gwanj published so they published Atlas published Gwanj in the arcade. Damn, they need to release that Danganronpa ROM physically. God, I love that game. All right, so Cave's first shooter was Donpachi, and then they did Dodonpachi. All right, so in between Donpachi and Dodonpachi, there was a game called Othello Derby. That's got to be like some kind of crappy racing game. The racing game that I am talking about, let's see, Pro Gear Katsu. Where is it at? Here, they did Steep Slope Sliders. I know they worked on a racing game. I can't see it on here. But I know I'm not crazy. It was like High Velocity, I think. I do not see it on here. Yeah, I would love to know. High Velocity, did Cave actually help program that game on the Saturn? That's what I thought. Apparently I'm wrong. Or it's not here on Wikipedia. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to run to the flea market. It's got a couple errands I got to run. And I'll check in before the day's over, guys. I'll definitely stream later on this evening. I'm going to try to put a video together for Monday. So anyway, till next time, guys. Peace.